Hello, everybody. Welcome to another live. I'm just gonna wait for a little bit before we start. Hope everybody's having a good day. Um, I'm going to be doing a bunch of sketching today in markers. These markers, what I'll be sketching in, and I got them for Christmas one time. So yeah, that's fun. And I'm going to be committing to memory some subjects today. Um, I'm not sure what category of subjects I should commit. So I've been working on like human anatomy and stuff, as well as some still life stuff like fruit and whatnot. And I like to draw these fruit bowls. I like to arrange them on stuff on this paper here, using compositional techniques. And also, oftentimes, I don't know what I'm drawing. I just draw what looks cool, and then if it looks cool, then I draw it, you know. I don't have a particular set of technique other than the fundamentals per se. So yeah. But I'm just separating out these values here. And we're getting some people in here. Hello, everybody. I'm currently just doing this little doodle here. And yeah, I just kind of draw what looks cool, like I don't really think too much about technique anymore. I used to do a lot of master studies. so I don't necessarily think about what I'm drawing as much anymore. I used to, and I definitely recommend that you do. Definitely study up in your fundamentals. The fundamentals are very, very important because they teach you the visual language of drawing. So, because drawing is just a visual language, if you think about it. There's nothing really. I mean, it's not. People like to make it rocket science, and it's not. Believe me, it really isn't. It takes some practice, yeah, absolutely, but it's not as how some people interpret art. And some interpretations of art to me are just kind of, I don't know. It doesn't, I just don't. I don't really feel it. There are some I'd rather go on the journey of the soul for art rather than just technique and only technique, because that comes to a point where it's just yeah, it's just soulless, And I got to that point, and I'm just like I had to do a lot of introspection. I'm like, do I really like the process of drawing, or do I just want a result, And I've talked about this before, but that's very important that you know that you actually like drawing. And this is a random fruit bowl. I don't have any plans really for this composition necessarily. And there are some areas I'm deliberately keeping white. So this area up here, this area here, this area here. This area I might shade in a little bit. Whoops. But art is definitely it's a mix of knowledge and soul at the same time. You know. So it's not like it's a mix of knowledge and a mix of soul. And a lot of people, their drawing kind of feels stiff and stuff because they don't have the gesture or the soul or character or something. I really don't have any plans for this, other than just kind of chilling out and drawing. And I do have to look away from it sometimes because if I don't, I end up getting tunnel vision, and then I forget. Wait, it's almost done. It's almost done, and then I end up overworking it. It's a funny thing. Usually, if you keep making decisions, artistic decisions, and the drawing keeps getting worse, usually that's because it's been done a long time. A long time ago it was done, and that's often what I find. Oh, there's my Alexa. Sorry about that. But yeah, there's some tangents there. Probably fix that with a little bit of ambient occlusion. And sometimes I deliberately just leave stuff. I leave stuff in there because when you're dealing with human art, there's going to be mistakes. And that's just art. You know, it doesn't matter what it is, there will be mistakes. There will be. And that's what makes human art, right? AI art is just way too perfect, and it's stiff, and it's not, you know, that's how I'm able to tell if something's AI is it too rigid, there's no human interpretation, you know. And it really comes down to the interpretation of something. So how are you interpreting? You know. And I don't have any plans for this. So I apologize if there are stream glitches and stuff or audio glitches going on or anything, because I'm very new to this. The streaming part. Not so much the art, but the streaming, yeah. But I think if I keep overworking that, it's gonna I think I have overworked that. So I'm just gonna say that it's done. I'm gonna say that's done. I can find another page here. Hold on. To draw on. Oh, there we go. And one thing I tend to gravitate towards specific subjects. It can be really helpful when you're learning and you're studying to have some subjects that you tend to draw. Not in the comfort zone kind of way of things, but have some subjects that you can internalize and commit to your memory so that you can draw them and practice them, you know, rather than drawing everything new, like all the time, especially if you're a student and you're studying. That can be, of course, always try and find new things, but if you're just learning the fundamentals and you're very new to drawing, like that can be very challenging. to just draw everything straight from your head, you know, and not have a go-to, you know, just so you can internalize really the visual language of drawing. Okay, let's see. And drawing is naturally a messy process. So, I mean, you're going to make mistakes, and it's unavoidable. And we're just watching people come and go. So, I'm just drawing this. I always tend to draw these eyes from my short. I don't know. It's the first thing you see when you look at a person. So I'm just like, that'd be an interesting thing to draw. Your hardest challenge as an artist will not be the subject matter, but rather your own inner critic. Believe me. It will be your own inner critic. That will be your subject matter. Not your subject matter, your challenge as an artist. And everybody struggles with that. Every artist struggles with an inner critic. Sometimes having a community that will support you through that can be very helpful, especially if you're a bit of a perfectionist. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Excuse me. And if I do go quiet, I'm probably just focusing. So, because I don't know if you guys experience this, but when I'm drawing, I get really focused in that kind of zone. And it's really funny. My struggle isn't necessarily the zone getting in there. My problem is getting out. Getting out of it. You can have that problem too. That can be just as bad as not being able to get into it. People often call it the zone, I think. But yeah, now I'm just focusing on polishing this and adding some more design elements to it. And I think I'm going to add some more midtones and then call it with this. One challenging part of live streaming is drawing and holding your phone at the same time. That is, man, that is the challenge. I mean, it's not necessarily the subject, but it's the act of holding the phone and drawing it at the same time. Because I've never really done live streaming that much before. I live streamed a couple times, but definitely not enough to make myself a professional at it. I'm more of an artist, so. Okay. And if anybody's playing this back and wondering why I have live comments off as well as comments, honestly, the internet, everybody will get angry at you for whatever. Like, if you breathe wrong, somebody will get mad at you. So I'm just like, okay, like, is that really worth my energy going through that, you know, and arguing with random people online? And it's not a bad thing to protect yourself online either. Because the internet can be a very terrifying place. Especially if you don't have the right team or, you know, you're just a solo guy. And I think that one's done too. Alright. I think my pen is starting to run out of ink here. So we got this one, then we have this one done. And I might actually upload a couple shorts with these when I'm done with the live. So you might see these on my shorts. These two. Excuse me. And I don't know if you guys want, I might make a post about this on posts. If you guys want any, like, subscriber-only spaces, like, because I'm not, like, totally against the interaction. It's just, it has to be the right kind, you know? Because I don't want it to be, like, chaos and only chaos. So... So yeah, we've got this one. And what if I actually, it's been a while since I've actually just gone through this sketchbook and just looked at it. So I might actually, we can look at some drawings that I've done here. There's this tree. I think this tree I actually posted a short about this a while ago. This is inks. I find inking, this is a marker that I've been drawing with, but I find inking is my go-to thing with watercolor, and along with watercolor. I find those two are my go-to. So there's that drawing. Let's see. I'm currently just going through this sketchbook just to kind of look back. I actually have a ton of these sketchbooks. I draw so much. I draw like all the time. So my sketchbooks are like filled to the brim here. We have this tree. This is a this is a unique design. That's interesting. I mean, I don't think anymore. I kind of just let the design come out of my brain rather than trying to force it. It was kind of like that with this. There's some drawings in here that are total, like, what happened with the art block there? Oh yeah, this is a ballpoint pen drawing I did. This is a ballpoint pen drawing. Art block can be really funny sometimes. This is a ballpoint pen drawing. Sometimes I draw for anxiety, and I think this is what I was doing. This is a ballpoint pen. Now I was just drawing for the sake of drawing. And I was trying like different compositional arrangements with different subjects. Excuse me. So this was a little bit creative. This is less study work and more creativity. I made a short about this one, I think. Yeah, I made a short about that one. I think I need to study more composition, because I don't have a problem with drawing the subject. For me, it's the arranging them into something expressive. So I think composition would really help me in that terms of things. So that's what I've been practicing. I've been practicing that a lot lately. I also have this weird thing. I don't even know. I think then a couple days before that, I watched Project Hail Mary, and then whatever my subconscious mind was doing popped out with this. So I was watching Project Hail Mary, and then I came up with this little guy. Yeah, this guy's a bit wonky. It's a little bit weird. This guy. So I think that's everything. Well, no. I did this on a live. I did this eye on a live a while ago. So yeah. I did this on a live some time ago. No, not sometime. No, it was yesterday. Scratch that. It was yesterday. My brain is not working. And I also did this apple. So there's this nose that I did. And I did that. That was like the first time I ever drew while holding a camera. And I was just like, what? Some apples. An apple and pen there. An apple and marker. I don't know why I like drawing apples. I just find them kind of cool. And that there's a lot of harmony in that compositionally. Like, and I don't mean composition in like the way that you draw. I mean composition in the way that you arrange the subject. So you can have composition in the way that you draw, like having the space of something be very having the space of something be very large, and that's actually a compositional technique, or having harmony with your cross hatching. And you can have the ways you can have composition in that way, but you can also have composition in the way that you arrange the subject matter, like the way you arrange it on the paper with other subject matters. That's one form of composition. And you have another form of composition where it's just you kind of drawing, like the like space, for instance, having the elements of composition where you have space and harmony and all that stuff. These cross hatches right here are kind of harmonious there, and this drawing is generally speaking a bit more harmonious than some of the others. This drawing is a marker drawing I did live. I did this live, so that was cool. I did that live, and I think I'm gonna go be right back. My foot is falling asleep, so I will be right back. Okay, so I just took a few minutes of a break there. This apple is an apple. It's an apple with markers. I'm drawing with markers right now because my pens are all dying. They're getting to the end of their lifespan. My pens are all dying, so I have to go buy more pens. We've got this drawing here. This drawing is a fruit bowl that I did on stream the other day. I did quite a bit on stream, actually. I did quite a bit on stream. So, there's that one. It's an interesting one. And I know there will be a lot of you watching this live. Like, not live, the of this stream, too, so. And I'm gonna go ahead and close up the sketchbook. Maybe I can go find another one, actually. Okay, I found one. I have found one of these sketchbooks. I found one. Alright. I have found a sketchbook that I would like to go through. See all the stuff that's in here. I think I did some. Okay, let's see. I'm just trying to select a couple drawings to share. This is an unfinished drawing, I think. I was trying to do mountain range here, I think. I think that's what that was. I have a bunch of weird designs and stuff. Here, let's see. Ah, here's one. This was a really good one. This is a really good page. Right here. Oh, that was a good, really good page. And not all of these pages are like this. Okay, there's a lot in there that I've just been fumbling around trying to figure stuff out, and everybody has pages like this. Not like that, but ugly ducklings in their sketchbook, like this, for instance. I was just trying to figure stuff out here. I'm like, what? And I think I came back from a period of not drawing after this. Some really early attempts at watercolor. Really early attempts at pen drawings. Let's see, I'm trying to find drawings that aren't entirely experimental. Here's one. Well, this one is experimental, but this one is a colored pencil drawing. I think I was trying to like interpret waves. I was trying to interpret them. So that's my interpretation of waves, basically oceanic waves. Just waves in the ocean. I really, really like this. Like, I actually genuinely like this. There are some drawings that I just hate. We all have those. Sometimes they're good and sometimes they're not. When I just absolutely can't stand a drawing. And this was another eye that I had done in fine point tip pen. This was my first drawing with colored pencils. I think this was like a horizon line thing, kind of thing. So yeah, that was a horizon line kind of thing, where I was doing like and it was the first attempt with color, let's say, and I was trying to capture the golden hour, but yeah, I did an alright job on that. I have this drawing. This drawing is really weird. this is a weird drawing. This is like a tree and next to the sun, I think. I'm trying to figure out what I was interpreting. What was I interpreting? Like, what? There are some things I look back at and I'm just like, what in the world? And there are some drawings that are good, really, really good. And then other drawings where I'm just like, what are you? Like, what are you supposed to be? And that's with every artist. You know, I think that's because we have different days where we're better and worse. And we have different ways of interpreting things too. Like this one isn't bad. That one's not bad. We have different ways of just interpreting subjects and stuff. Yeah, there's some really ugly ducklings. This was a hard surface that I was doing, a car, some kind of car. And I always take notes when I draw. I take notes of what's going on in the process, in the middle of the process, and that annotating stuff really helps. Like, what is going on? Like, it helps me to keep track of what I'm doing artistically. And so for some people that works. For other people that might not work. That's okay. Oh, I actually kind of like this one. This one is... I was trying to experiment more with my own creativity at this moment in time. And I drew a planet of some kind. I think this is my interpretation of the moon. Yeah, and it's right next to this one. We're right next to the interpretation of the waves here. I really, really, really like this one. This one's really nice. Not bad. I think that is this sketchbook. I have so many sketchbooks. Okay, let's go and actually show those sketchbooks there, because I had to get this just for my sketchbooks, because I had so many of them that literally this whole thing is just sketchbooks. This whole thing, and I have more. Or I have more. I had to toss some as well. And these are my oils. I think right here. Yeah, I actually have oil paints right in here. So, I actually forgot I even had oil paints. I'm like, okay. And when you're working with oil paints, you have to be careful with them. You have to be careful with these because oil paints will irritate your skin a lot. And especially if you're working with black or white oil paint, you have to be very careful if you're working with black oil paint. So, that's that. I think I might end this live a bit early because I'm starting to get a little bit tired. I don't have that much stamina when it comes to streaming, so I need to start building that up. But anyway, thank you guys for who tuned in during this, and also those who tuned in afterwards.